See, in the last class, we discussed the UFT test process in complete continuation. See, using automation objects. Automation objects. Automation objects are user-defined objects used to work with files, databases. Automation objects are user-defined objects used to work with flat files, Excel files, Word files, and database files. See, here first important one, flat files. File system object. Anyhow, this chapter takes nearly 2 hours. File system object. First I will give brief idea. Anyhow, it is indexing only roadmap for our program. File system object. Do you hear this object? File system object.
Yes, a little bit. Well, I think that was while writing, importing some Excel file, FSO object, something like that.
Excel file different. It is only for flat files. File which doesn't have any format. Okay. File system object. What is the purpose of file system object? It is used to work with drives, folders, and files. Computer file system. See, it is used to work with drives, folders, and files. Files means only flat files. See, here 4 concepts.
Do you want to record this session, sir?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
See, here four points. First one, what is computer file system? Just a brief idea. What is computer file system? Next, examples for file system operations. Examples for file system operations. Next, how end user performs file system operations. How end user performs file system operations. Next, how to perform automatic file system operations without human user interaction. See, first, what is computer file system? You take any operating system, file system is there. Suppose Windows, FAT, file allocation table, or NTFS, new technology file system. Do you heard this term, file system? FAT, NTFS?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay, cool. Say, file system. It is a feature of operating system used to work with drives, folders, and files. It is a feature of operating system. See, end user point of view, this segregation, drives, folders, files. But computer point of view, everything is file. Computer point of view, drive is file, folder is file, file is file, database also file, database file, correct term. See, end user point of view, drives, folders, files, databases, etc. But computer understand things in terms of files only. Computer point of view, drive is file, folder is file, file is file, database also file. See, what is computer file system? It is a feature of operating system used to work with drives, folders and files. Next, examples for, see, just a minute. It is a feature of operating system used to work with drives, folders and files. Next, examples for file system operations. See, create a folder. It is file system operation. Create a folder, copy a folder, delete a folder, next create a text file. Text file means flat file, notepad like. Next, write data, read data, compare data, search operations, delete, a text file, etc. Understand the concept? Examples for file system operations. Tell me, give some examples for file system operations.
Create a folder, delete a folder, copy, write data, read data, search operation.
Write data, read data, compare data, search operation, delete a text file, etc. And one more thing, using this file system object, we can create other types of files also, Excel files, PPT, Word files, etc. But it treats them as flat files only. So we cannot perform, suppose Excel, you can create and delete Excel files using file system object, but we cannot perform spreadsheet operations, means rows and columns, etc. If you want to perform spreadsheet operations, you need to create Excel application object. Getting this point? This file system object only for flat files. But you can create other types of files also, but it treats them as flat files only. Suppose Excel, you can create Excel file using file system object. You can create and delete Excel files, but you cannot perform spreadsheet operations, internal operations. Suppose if you want to take row count, file system object helpless. Why? It treats them as flat files. If you want to perform spreadsheet operations, how to perform? You have to create Excel application object, another object. Find the limitations of file system object. It is only for flat files. Flat files, not other types of files. See, how end user performs file system operations. Observe, simple, put mute, simple. End user performs file system operations manually with the help of input devices. If it is command line operating system like DOS or Unix with the help of some commands. See, end user performs file system operations manually. See. File system operations manually with the help of input devices. Next, if it is command line operating system, see, if it is command line OS, example DOS or Unix, with the help of OS commands, operating system commands. Observe. Suppose I want to create a folder on desktop, not only on desktop, in C drive or D drive or E drive. I want to create a folder on desktop. See, place mouse pointer and right click, new folder, enter folder name using keyboard, ABCD. See, folder created with the name of ABCD. Suppose I want to delete this folder, select the folder and right click, delete. Confirm deletion. Folder has been deleted. Getting the point? How to perform file system operations? How end user performs file system operations?
Yeah.
Hello? How end user performs file system operations?
By
End user performs file system operations manually with the help of input devices. If it is command line operating system, with the help of operating system commands. Okay.
okay.
Next, last one. How to perform automatic file system operations using VB script without manual interaction using VB script. See, to do this, VB script has provided an automation object called file system object. Final conclusion, using file system object, we can perform automatic file system operations. See, using file system object. So I will show a small example. Don't concentrate on this syntax. Anyhow, that we will discuss in file system objects chapter. Just observe. I opened a notepad like editor. Here I am writing the code. See. Don't concentrate on this syntax. Create object of class value. You need to remember these class values. No context help for getting class values. Scripting dot file system object. Suppose I want to create a folder on desktop. File system object created. Using file system object, we can create folder. Suppose desktop. I'm getting the desktop path. create folder, folder name UFT, save as VBS file, VB script file, observe on desktop, click on this file. What happened?
File is created.
Folder created now. Suppose I want to delete this, just a minute. I want to delete this folder. See method, delete folder. Click on this executable file. What happened?
It got deleted.
Deleted now. See, this is about file system object. Anyhow, this chapter takes nearly 2 hours. In that chapter, I will give more examples. See, this is a brief introduction about file system object. Next, how to create automation object. Common syntax for all objects. Common syntax. See, create automation object. Any object. Common syntax. Create automation object. Syntax for creating automation object. Set variable equal to create object of class value. See set. What is this set? It is VB script statement. Just know what is what. In file system object chapter, we will discuss each and everything. It is VB script statement. Next, what is this create object? Single word. Create object. It is built-in function of VB script. Built-in function. See, this is common syntax. How to create a file system object. See, create file system object. See, set variable equal to create object of, within double quotes, class name. What is the class name for creating file system object? What is the class name?
Class name, class value.
Class value.
Class value.
Already I used it now. What is the class value?
Oh, scripting.files. Oh, okay.
File system object.
Okay.
See. Scripting dot file system object. See one note. it is only for flat files, notepad like. But we can create and delete other types of files. But we can create and delete other types of files also. File system object treats them as flat files only. See, this is a brief introduction about file system object. Just a minute. Here 4 points I explained. First, what is computer file system? What is computer file system? Quick, interact. What is computer file system?
Computer file system.
Okay, concentrate. It is a feature of operating system used to work with drives, folders and files. See, end user point of view, this segregation, drive, folder, file, database, etc. But computer understands things in terms of files only. Computer point of view, everything is file. Drive is file, folder is file, file is file, database also file. The file system, it is a feature of operating system used to work with drives, folders and files. Next, give some examples for file system operations. Create a text, create a folder, copy a folder, delete a folder, create a text file, write data, read data, compare data, search for data, delete a text file, etc. Next, how end user performs file system operations. End user performs file system operations manually with the help of input devices. If it is command line operating system, with the help of some operating system commands. Next, how to perform automatic file system operations in VB script using file system object. Final conclusion, using file system object we can conduct automatic file system operations. How to create file system object? Tell me the syntax.
Right. Set variable equals to create object and then within the parenthesis class value.
What is the class value?
Scripting dot file system object.
Good. See, you remember this one. No context help. You need to by heart these class values. See, next, Excel application object. Excel application object in these automation objects. Excel application object. What is the purpose of Excel application object? It is used to perform operations on Excel application. It is used to perform operations on Excel application. Give some examples for Excel application operations. Suppose create Excel file. Next,
And then add row and columns.
Row count. You can take a row count. Next, read data column by column. Next, write data. Next, compare data. Next, rename sheets. You can rename sheets. Next, add new sheets. See, by default 3 sheets. If you want 10 sheets, you can add sheets. Next, move sheets, etc. Creating Excel application object. Create Excel application object. Same common syntax. Set variable equal to create object. This create object keyword is built-in function of VB script of class value Excel dot application. Class value is not case sensitive. First of all, VB script is not a case sensitive language. Tell me, what is Excel application object? What is Excel application object? Purpose. What is Excel application object? Hello? Hello, can you hear me?
Sorry, I was muted.
Okay, cool, cool.
It is, yes, I can.
Ah.
It is used to perform operation on Excel application.
What is the class value for creating Excel application object?
Class value is Excel.application.
Good. Excel.application. Okay, next. Word application object. See, it is used to perform operations on Word documents, or you can say Word application. It is used to perform operations on Word application. Class value. Simple. Create Word application object. Word dot application. Next, database objects. Database objects. Say file system object is single object, Excel object single object, Word object also single, but in database area we have 3 object models, but our test automation point of view 2 object models important. First one, database connection object. Database connection object. Second one, database record set object. And one more thing also there, database command object. Our test automation point of view, these two objects enough. What is database connection object? It is used to connect to databases. Any database. Connection string only varies from one database to another. It is used to connect to a database, one database at a time. Any database. See, connection string. How to create connection string, that we will discuss later. For Oracle, one connection string. For SQL Server, another connection string, like that. Connection string varies from one database to another. Next, create database connection object. How to create? Create database connection object. Same syntax common. Set variable equal to create object of means open bracket within double quotes ADODB ActiveX data objects database ADODB dot connection. Next, database record set object. It is used to perform operations on database records, nothing but tables. It is used to perform operations on database records. Class value. Database record set object. Record set single word. ADODB dot connection dot record set. Next, one more object. See, several objects available in VB script, but our test automation point of view, 4 or 5 objects important. One more, dictionary object. Dictionary object. What is dictionary object? It is used to define key value pairs. It is equivalent to associated array in parallel script. You know arrays? Array.
Yes, I have seen some tutorial on that, but
Array.
I don't know.
What is array? What is the purpose of array variable?
It is used to kind of like read data from 0, 1, something.
It is for storing multiple values at a time based on size of the array. Hello? Okay, in variables chapter you can get more clarity. Just remember, array variable used to store multiple values at a time or series of values at a time based on size of the array. If this dictionary object is equivalent to associated array, here you can define index and values. In case of general arrays, user can define values only. Index system defined. Suppose, just a minute. Dim a of 3. See, dim is declaration statement. A is variable name. This is array variable. For example, a comma b. What about b? B is scalar variable for storing one value at a time. A is array variable for storing series of values at a time. How many values we can store in this array? A array variable. Four values. Index starts from 0. 0 to n means 0 to 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. 4 values. How to assign values? A of 0 equal to some 10. A of 1 equal to some 20, like this. What is 0 and 1? Index. What is 10, 20? Values. See, user can define values only. But index system defined, predefined. You can't change this index. Suppose I don't want 0. I want X for first value, Y for second value. We can't define. If it is dictionary object, user can define index and values. Getting this point? See, in case of general arrays, user can define values only. Index system defined. In case of dictionary object, user can define index and value, isn't it?
Yes.
See. Anyhow, in practical chapter you can get more clarity. Now just to brief introduction. It is, put mute, it is used to define key. Key means index. Key and value pairs. How to create? Create dictionary object. Set variable. Set variable equal to create object. Create object of class value scripting dot dictionary. See, these are the important automation objects for our test automation. First unmute it and answer my questions. First, what is file system object? Just purpose and class value. For example, file system object. It is used to perform automatic file system operations. Class value. Scripting dot file system object. Next, what is Excel object? Purpose and class value.
Excel object is used to read.
Used to, see, overall, used to perform Excel application operations. Class value.
Excel dot application.
Next, word application object. Class purpose and class value.
Create word application to perform operation on word application.
Good. Class value.
Word dot application.
Okay. Next, database objects. First, database connection object.
It is used to connect database. Any database.
Any database. Next, a class value
is ADOBD dot connection.
ADODB, ActiveX data objects database, ADODB dot connection. Next, what is database record set object?
It is used to perform operation on database records.
Database records. Class value
Is same like ADODB
DB.
dot record set.
Good. Next, dictionary object. Dictionary object.
It is used to define key value
Key value pairs.
pairs.
Class value.
Scripting dot dictionary.
Good. You just remember in automation objects chapter we will discuss. In nearly that complete chapter takes 5 to 6 hours. In that chapter I will explain. See, next, as per our roadmap, which one? Now we are in third phase of UFT test process, enhancing tests. Next, error handling. What is error handling? Handling expected and unexpected errors. See, handling expected and unexpected errors. See, expected error. See, unexpected error. When we get expected errors, see, whenever we use invalid input, we can expect errors, isn't it? Whenever we use invalid input, suppose invalid username and password, definitely we can expect error, isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
First of all, why we need to use invalid input? Why we need to use invalid input? See, sometimes we need to use invalid input for negative testing. For negative testing. Suppose for valid inputs my application is responding fine. What about handling invalid inputs? It has to prevent. So for negative testing we use invalid inputs. Whenever we use invalid inputs, definitely we can expect error. Suppose if I enter invalid username and password, definitely it will show error. Next, unexpected errors. See, sometimes unexpected errors. I will give some scenarios. Anyhow, in error handling chapter we will discuss. For error handling we have VB script features and UFT tool feature also, recovery scenarios. Unexpected errors. See, one of the scenario, availability of resource. Availability of resource. For example, I am reading data from an Excel file or database. I am fetching data from a database. My scripting logic is correct. Yesterday I executed this script, executed properly, but today database not available. Somebody deleted the database. See, it will show error. It is not syntax error. Getting this point? Availability of resource. We are fetching data from a database or Excel file, but that file not available. If file not available, definitely it will show error. That is one scenario. Another scenario, insufficient resource. Suppose we are fetching data from Excel file or database 1 to 100 records. somebody deleted 80 to 100 records. After 79th record, it will show error. That is insufficient resource. One of the scenario for unexpected errors. Next, one more scenario. Resource response. Resource available. Resource means data file or database. Resource available but not responding. Getting this point? Give examples for unexpected errors. 3 scenarios I explained.
Like
First,
one is like you ran a script today, and tomorrow when you go back, you cannot run a script as somebody deleted
see.
the database or the file. So I mean that is not a syntax error, but
availability. Just a minute. Availability of resource. Suppose resource not available, definitely it will show error. It is unexpected. Next, resource available but insufficient. Insufficient records. Next, resource available and sufficient but not responding. Resource response. These are the important scenarios. For expected errors, say whenever we use invalid input, then expected errors. Why we use invalid input? Why we use invalid input?
for negative testing.
For negative testing.
For negative testing.
Good. We use invalid input for negative testing. Okay, this is a brief introduction about error handling. See, these are the maximum enhancing methods available in UFT. Some methods belongs to UFT, some belongs to VB script. Already I told. For each and every test, all methods not required. Based on your test requirement, you can use them. Suppose for one test 2 or 3 enhanced methods are required. For another test 1 or 2 enhanced methods also enough. Based on your test requirement, you can use them. Can you list out that one? 13 enhancing methods I explained. Just list out. Enhancing tests. How to enhance tests? One is inserting checkpoints. Continue. Inserting checkpoints.
And then, okay, this last one, error handling.
Error handling.
And then
last but one, using automation objects. Next, inserting transaction points.
Yeah, synchronization.
Synchronization. Inserting output values. Parameterization.
Yes.
Next, using regular expressions. Next, using environment variables. Next, calling actions and functions. Next, generating steps using step generator.
Yes.
Next, using flow control statements, VB script flow control statements, conditional statements and loop statements. Next.
Yes.
Any other? I think we covered mag.
Yes, we covered all, I think.
Covered all. See, 3 phases completed. Roadmap. First, in this UFT test process chapter, first we discussed the test planning. Next, generating basic tests. Next, third one, enhancing tests. Next, fourth one, running or executing and debugging tests. Running and debugging tests. A test run, mandatory task, but debug, optional task. Why? Only for some tests debugging is required. See, I will give brief idea. Anyhow, that we will discuss in debugging test chapter. Just a brief idea. Debugging. First of all, when debugging is required, first of all, what is debugging? Locating and isolating errors through step-by-step execution. When debugging is required, see, it is optional. Debugging is optional, not mandatory for every test. But when it is required, see, I will explain 3 scenarios. Concentrate. First scenario, test or test script. Test is not showing any errors. Test is not showing any errors and providing correct output. Correct output. In this scenario, debugging is required.
Yes.
Yes. Why debugging? Test is not showing any errors and providing correct output. Why debugging?
No. We don't need.
Not required. Next, test is showing errors. Test is showing errors. Suppose if test shows errors, definitely you can't expect correct output. In this scenario also, debugging optional. Why? First you correct the errors. Most of the time you can get correct output. After rectifying the problems, you can get correct output. Otherwise you can debug. See, test is not showing errors and not providing correct output. See, if errors are there, definitely you can't expect correct output. First correct the errors, then you can get correct output. Otherwise you can debug. In the second scenario also, debugging not mandatory. See, observe third scenario, typical scenario. Test is not showing any errors. Test is not showing any errors and not providing correct output. No errors, no correct output. Typical scenario. Already I told. Suppose at one point of time we have to use x equal to a plus b. as per our test requirement. But instead of addition operator, mistakenly we used multiplication operator. Script point of view, it is not error. It is not either syntax error or runtime error. It is human error. As per that operator, it evaluates, but we can't get correct output, desired output. This is human error. In order to locate this type of errors, debugging is required. Observe this third scenario. Test is not showing any errors and not providing correct output. Here debugging is required or not?
Yes.
Yes. Here debugging is required. Final conclusion, tell me, when debugging is required? Whenever test is not showing any errors and not providing correct output. Getting? When debugging
Test is not showing any error and not providing
correct output, there debugging required. Okay. Next, how to debug? Using VB script debug commands and breakpoints. Just remember, using VB script debug commands and breakpoints, we can debug tests. Okay, debugging okay. Next, running tests. See, test run two types. One is single test run, another is batch run. Test run. Single test run. Next, batch testing, executing series of tests or group of tests. See, for single test run, we can use a run command available in UFT tool main window. Using run command. For batch testing, we have 4 possibilities in UFT. You can use any one based on your company environment. But we will discuss all 4 methods. Have any idea how to conduct batch testing in UFT?
No, sir.
Okay, 4 possibilities. First, alternates, all not required. Using test batch runner tool. Say, already we discussed. UFT has 3 types of feature support. One is direct features, means features available in UFT tool main window. Next, integrated tools from HP. This test batch runner belongs to second category, integrated tools from HP. Outside of the UFT tool, see, HP software, unified functional testing. Here tools, test batch runner, outside of the UFT tool main window. See, using test batch runner, it is an integrated tool from HP. But you no need to install these tools. If we install UFT, these can be installed automatically. Next, using AOM script, automation object model. Here we create a QTP application object as like Word application object, Excel application object. Here we create QTP application object. Using QTP application object, we can perform batch testing. using AOM script, automation object model. Next, using driver script. Say driver script also UFT test only. We use driver script in automation framework. In automation framework chapter I will explain. Next, using ALM. See, application lifecycle management, quality center, test management tool from HP, using ALM tool. See, if we integrate ALM with UFT, then we can conduct batch testing using ALM tool. See, these are the 4 possibilities for batch testing. Based on your company environment, you can follow. Tell me, how to conduct batch testing in UFT? How to conduct batch testing?
Using test batch runner tool. Using driver
script. Anyone.
Or ALM or QC tool. Or using AOM script.
Yes, using AOM script. Okay. See, this is a brief introduction about running and executing tests. Next phase of UFT test process, analyzing test result. Analyzing test results. See, analyzing test result is user responsibility. It is not tool responsibility. Running tests, tool responsibility, but analyzing test results, user responsibility, tester responsibility. But UFT provides necessary interface. See, UFT provides test result for every test iteration. See, test result for every test iteration. See, what is the difference between test and test iteration? Test is there. Suppose I executed the test 4 times, 4 iterations. Iteration means cycle of execution. Suppose one test is there, I executed the test for 10 times. How many results? 10 results. 10 iterations, 10 results. Suppose one test is there, I executed the test only 1 time. One test iteration. Find the difference between test and test iteration. Test iteration means cycle of execution. Suppose one test is there, if you execute the test for 5 times, total how many iterations and how many results?
5 results.
Yes, 5 results, 5 iterations. See, UFT provides test result for every test iteration. Okay. Next, here status of test result. At brief idea, status of test result. See, UFT supports 4 types of result status. UFT supports 4 types of result status. One is pass. Pass. What is pass? If expected equal to actual, then pass status. Next status, fail. If expected not equal to, see VB script not equal to simple diamond operator, not equal to actual, then fail. Next, done status. When we get done status, script executed properly without any errors. Here no pass fail criteria. Why? Suppose there is no verification point in our test. There is no verification point, only plain execution. That time pass or fail is not the criteria, just done. See, test executed without errors. When we get the done status, suppose there are no
When the script runs.
verification points, then done status. Getting? If any verification point is there, then pass or fail is the criteria. Suppose no verification points, only plain execution, that time just a done status. Next, one more status, warning. When we get warning status, problems during execution. See, during sometimes UFT face problems during execution due to runtime errors. That time warning status. During test execution. See, these are the 4 types of status of result. What are the 4 types of result that UFT supports?
It's a pass, fail, done, and warning.
What is pass? What is pass criteria?
If expected results equals actual result.
If expected equal to actual, then pass. Next, fail criteria.
If expected is not equal to actual.
Next, done criteria.
Text executed without errors and there are no verification in our test.
Okay. Next, warning status.
Problems during
Test execution. Means execution interruption. Okay. Say. Next, one more point in this analyzing results. Sometimes we need to define test results. Define test results. See, a user can define test results. Why? See, usually UFT provides test result for every test iteration, but one condition, if we use UFT tool features, observe, UFT provides test results for every test iteration if we use UFT tool features. Say, UFT provides test result for every test iteration here. Condition is if we use UFT tool features like checkpoints, output values, and transaction points, etc. Transaction points, etc. Suppose if we use our own logic, then we need to define test result. Suppose I used if x greater than y, then do something else, do something. And if UFT doesn't know about our logic, UFT doesn't know about our own logic, we need to define. Say, if user uses own logic, here we use VB script features. Then user need to define test result. How to define that we will discuss in practical chapter. Understand the concept? When say generally UFT provides test result for every test iteration, then why user need to define test result? See, usually UFT provides test result for every test iteration. Then why user need to define test result? Any confusion?
No.
Say, whenever user uses VB script features, own logic, then user need to define test result, isn't it?
Yes.
See, if you have any queries, ask me. Don't follow blindly.
Okay.
See, this is a brief introduction about analyzing test results. Next, last phase, reporting defects. It is also tester responsibility, but UFT provides necessary interface. Reporting defects. Say, different combinations available. Based on your company environment, you can follow. I will give one case study, concentrate. Here, functional test automation, functional test automation versus defect management. Functional test automation versus defect management. See, for example, our company using UFT tool for functional test automation. Next, for defect management manual, using any Excel sheet, etc. Then what is the defect reporting process in this scenario? After analyzing the test results in UFT, launch defect report template, your company prescribed defect report template, enter defect details and send. After analyzing the results in UFT, launch your company prescribed defect report template, enter defect details and send. This is one combination. Suppose another combination. For functional testing, our company using UFT. For defect management, other tool. For example, Bugzilla or Jira, etc. Any one. Then what is the defect reporting process in this second scenario? After analyzing the results in UFT, launch defect management tool. Every tool provides their own template. Open defect report template and enter details, send. After analyzing test results in UFT, launch defect management tool, open defect report template, enter details, enter defect details and send. Next, UFT ALM. Suppose in our company we are using UFT for functional testing, ALM for test management. In between UFT and ALM, two-way integration is there. Two-way integration is there. Means from UFT we can communicate with ALM and vice versa. After analyzing the result in UFT, you can send defects directly to ALM project from UFT result window. See, third combination. After analyzing the results in UFT result window, you can send defects directly to ALM project. In between UFT and ALM, integration is there. These are the different combinations available in the industry. Based on your company environment, you can follow. Getting?
Yes.
Any queries in this reporting defects?
No, no queries.
Okay. Say, just final. In this UFT test process chapter, it is roadmap for our program. We discussed 6 phases. You just tell me phase headings. Just phase headings. 6 phases. Just tell me phase headings. See, UFT test process. What is the phase heading? First phase? Hello?
Okay, I will ask, I can remember number 6, reporting defects. That was number 6.
Sequence is required. First one, test planning. Second one, generating basic tests. Next, third one,
execute.
Enhancing tests. Next, fourth one, running and debugging tests if required. Debugging tests. Next, fifth one, analyzing test results.
Okay.
Last one,
reporting defects.
Reporting defects. See, this is about UFT test process. Okay, come to next chapter. UFT tool window architecture. UFT tool window architecture. Say I will introduce a UFT tool. See, after installation of UFT tool, it will provide a desktop icon. Otherwise, see, from start menu also you can launch UFT. CHP software, unified functional testing, otherwise desktop icon. See, during launching it shows add-in manager. See, during launching UFT shows add-in manager. What is add-in manager? It lists out all available add-ins in our company. It shows all available add-ins in our company. Here we need to select appropriate add-ins for our application. Here select appropriate add-ins for our application under test. Sometimes single add-in enough, sometimes a multiple add-ins required. Already I have given a brief idea. You can select one or more add-ins. Here checkbox is available. You can select one or more add-ins, but don't select unnecessary add-ins. Don't select unnecessary add-ins. If you select unnecessary add-ins, what will happen? No side effects, but tool execution performance will be reduced. Okay? See, do not select unnecessary add-ins. What is the problem?
It will slow the
Yes, then
execution time.
Tool execution performance. Tool execution performance will be reduced. So don't select unnecessary add-ins. See, this is about add-in manager. Tell me, what is add-in manager? During launching UFT shows add-in manager. It shows
all available add-ins
in our company. See, suppose in our company 2 or 3 projects running using UFT. That time it shows all add-ins, but you need to select appropriate add-ins for your application. And one suggestion: do not select unnecessary add-ins. If you select unnecessary add-ins, no side effects, but tool performance will be reduced during execution. So select appropriate add-ins only. After selection, click OK. Then it will load selected add-ins. Okay. And one more thing. Here one more session. Tool versus application. test tool versus AUT application. Which one is first? First you launch UFT tool, then application under test. If you launch application first, sometimes UFT may not recognize application objects. Getting this point? Launch UFT tool. Launch tool first, then application under test.
How would you launch AUT first and then the tool first? Practically, like how to do that?
Pardon?
Practically, how would you launch AUT and then the UFT tool?
No. First launch UFT, then AUT.
Yes.
First launch AUT tool, then you can launch application. Otherwise, test will launch application. Suppose in our test launch statement is there, it will launch automatically.
Okay.
Suppose in our test launch statement also there, that time if you try to execute the test, tool will launch that application.
I got it.
Say, here one small note. If we launch AUT first, then UFT may not recognize. Application objects. Say, for launching UFT tool, not only for execution. Suppose I want to create tests. For that also this is the sequence. Suppose I want to record one test. First launch UFT, then application. Suppose if you launch first application, then UFT, you try to record. Sometimes UFT may not recognize the application objects. Getting? See, this is UFT tool main window. Are you following? Hello?
Yes, I am.
Okay. See, this is UFT tool main window. Select new. See this white color area. What is this white color area? Observe, what is this white color area? I selected new test. It launched this pane. What is this white color area?
This is where the script is written.
See, this is UFT tool editor.
Okay.
See. Next component of UFT tool editor. See, add in manager. Next UFT tool editor. When we get to UFT tool editor, whenever you select new test, UFT tool editor. What is this editor? See, it is an area where we create, edit, view, test or test scripts. See, it is an area where we create, view, edit, test or test script. It is an area where we create, view, edit a test or test script. Getting?
Yes.
Test deletion is different. Test is file. Suppose if you save the test, it saves on hard disk. If you don't want the test, you can delete that test from hard disk. From this editor, you can delete statements. Getting this point? See, UFT test is a file. You can delete UFT test file from hard disk. Okay. Suppose if you want to delete some statements in the test, see, in the editor only you can delete. See, it is an area where we create, view, edit. Next, using UFT tool editor, we can delete one or more statements also. Getting this point? Not complete test deletion from UFT tool editor. Getting?
Yes. Yes.
UFT test is file na. You can delete from
Yes.
hard disk. Suppose if you want to delete partial test, then how to delete?
It's from the tool editor.
Tool editor only. Okay. It is an area where we create, view, edit a test or test script. Using UFT tool editor, we can delete one or more statements, means partial test. If you want to delete entire test from file system, means hard disk, you can delete it. Okay. Say, it has two views. It has two views. One is main view, editor view. Another view, keyword view. Keyword view. Observe. Switch to editor to keyword. Go to view menu, keyword view. Now we are in editor view, so it is showing keyword view. Switch to keyword view. This is keyword view of the same editor. Next, again switch to editor view, view menu. This time editor now it is showing. Observe.
Yes.
Editor.
Yes.
See, observe. What is the difference also I will show. Just I am recording. See, this is editor view. What is editor view? Test in VB script format. Next, keyword view. What is keyword view? Switch to keyword view. How to switch to keyword view? How to switch?
Go to view,
View,
and then there should be an option, keyword view.
keyword view. See, observe. See, what is keyword view? Test in GUI format. See, keywords. See, views are different, test is same. See, views are different, but test is same. Suppose if we perform any modification, if we perform any modification in one view, then what will happen? If we perform any modification in one view, that automatically reflects in another view, na?
Yes, yes, it will.
Automatically reflects in another view. See, suppose here 4 statements. Observe, view editor. Here 4 statements. I'm going to delete this last statement or second statement. Now switch to editor, keyword, only 3 statements. Only 3 statements. Now I am going to delete this statement. Switch to editor. Now 2 statements only. Suppose I am going to rename this one, login, monkey. Switch to keyword view. Rename unna?
Yes.
See. Switch from editor to keyword view. See, what is the advantage of keyword view? What is the advantage of editor view that we will discuss in record and run test chapter? Generally, most of the time we use editor view only. Sometimes you can use keyword view. What are the advantages that I will explain in creating test chapter? See, view menu, keyword view. This time editor, next time keyword view, next vice versa. Switch from keyword view to editor. Tell me the navigation.
on the view option.
View menu.
I mean, if there is keyword selected, then
Editor.
editor view will be there. Yeah, and if editor is selected, then
Okay.
keyword will be there.
Okay, put me out. Say UFT tool editor. Next, statements. Just a minute. Here observe, we have 3 units. We have 3 units. This is statement. Suppose hello UFT. Run the script. It will display hello UFT message. See, it is displaying hello UFT. Here 3 units. This MSG box hello UFT is statement or step or instruction. Next, action 1. Action 1 is one of the action in this test. One test may have one or more actions. Sometimes only single action. That time there is no difference between test and action. Sometimes multiple actions. Suppose yours is simple test, login operation. That time you can use single action. Test, only one action. Suppose yours is lengthy test. In that test, 3 or 4 operations are there. For user friendliness and for reusability, you can maintain multiple actions. Suppose mine is fax order end-to-end scenario. First login, next insert order, next fax order. For login one action, insert order another action, for fax order one more action. See, 3 actions. One test, 3 actions. See, primary purpose of actions is reusability. See, if it is simple test, you can use single action. If it is lengthy test, you can use multiple actions. Suppose, observe, I want to, don't concentrate on this action creation that we will discuss in actions chapter. Suppose I want 2 actions. Say design menu call to new action. Suppose action name insert order. Suppose first also I want to rename this one. Say, see in this test I have 2 actions. First action login, second action insert order. If I execute this test, it will execute as per test flow. First login, then insert order. See, run the test. First hello UFT, next hello VB script. Say, here 3 units. UFT test, or you can say test script. 3 units. Bottom unit statement or step or instruction. What is statement or step or instruction? A minimal executable unit. A minimal executable unit. A minimal executable unit. Next, action. It is for reusability. We divided our test into meaningful actions if required. Action. A set of statements or steps to perform a task or tasks. Single task or multiple tasks based on size of the code. Next, test. Tell me what is test? Form the definition for test based on these two. What is test?
Test is a set of
Set of actions.
action
Here.
performed.
Okay. Here action, set of actions not mandatory, already told. One or more. One or more actions. Set of actions not mandatory na. Suppose yours is a simple test, you can use single action na. Already told.
Yes.
Observe. One test may have one or more actions. One or more actions. See, if it is simple test or small test, use single action. For lengthy test, use multiple actions. And one more thing, no restrictions. If it is lengthy test also, you can use single action. Getting? If it is lengthy test also,
Yes.
you can use single action. You can generate all statements in single action only. But what is the advantage of using multiple actions? See, for reusability, we prefer multiple actions. Understood? And one more thing, test is different. Just a minute. Statement is different, line is different. Here statement, line, two concepts. Both are not equal. Statement versus line. Say one statement may have one or more lines and or vice versa. Means one line may have one or more statements. Getting this point? Observe. Here how many statements? In this test, how many statements?
Single statement.
How many lines? Single line. Single line, single statement. Observe. Output hello UFT. Next, using a colon symbol, we can join statements. MSG box. Now tell me, how many statements? Two statements. Run the script. Hello UFT, hello VB script. See, in this test, two statements. How many lines? Single line.
Line also.
Line only one. Statements two. Hello?
Yes.
Observe, run.
Yes, line only one.
First output hello UFT. Second statement output hello VB script. Two statements, but one line.
Single line.
Single line. Just a minute. Two statements in single line. Next, MSG box hello UFT. See, using underscore symbol, we can split the statement. Suppose if it is a lengthy statement, readability point of view, you can split. Now observe. Run the script. Single statement only, but two lines. Hello UFT. Observe in this example. In this test, only one statement, but lines, two lines. See, one statement may have one or more lines and vice versa. See, this is the brief introduction about UFT tool editor. Just a minute. Two lines. One statement. Not only two, you can use multiple also. Just a minute. Suppose dim A, one statement, A equal to 100, MSG box, A. Here three statements. Suppose three statements, three lines. Suppose if you want to make it in single line, using colon combine, it will execute. Okay. See, this is about to UFT tool editor. Next, active screen. See, just 5 minutes. A active screen. What is active screen? Any idea? Active screen? It captures.
Yeah, active screen. Like
It captures and holds screenshot for every user operation for every user operation on AUT. See, this is the functionality of active screen. It captures and holds screenshot for every user operation on AUT. What is the advantage? Advantage. Using screenshots, we can easily understand and edit the test scripts. See, using a active screen, we can easily understand and edit tests. I will show. Next, disadvantage. See, it occupies more memory. So, tool execution performance will be reduced. So, generally, no-weak testers, beginners use this feature. In real time, generally, we don't use this feature. It occupies more memory. Reduces tool execution performance. Suppose if you don't want this capturing screenshots, you can reduce the capture level, means you can configure active screen. See, fourth point, configure active screen. How to configure? I will show. Here same, view menu, active screen, next increase or decrease capture level. Next, click OK. See, observe view menu, active screen, sorry, not view menu, tools menu, options, GUI testing, active screen, increase or reduce capture level, click OK. Observe. Tools menu, GUI testing, active screen. See, tools menu, options, GUI testing, active screen, increase or decrease, click OK. Tools menu, options, GUI testing, active screen, this one. See, this is about active screen. I will show it one. Take new test. Just last 2 minutes. Take new test. Launch active screen. How to launch active screen? View menu, active screen. This is launching, that is configuration. Launch active screen. View menu. Active screen. Launch active screen, view menu, active screen, blank, no data available. Okay, close. Next, record. Record. Activate the dialog box. Enter agent name. Enter password. Click OK button. Stop recording. See, 4 operations I performed. Now launch active screen, view menu, active screen. Place cursor in first statement. Observe. Activating the dialog. Observe rose color marking. Next, second line. Place cursor in second line. Entering agent name. Entering password. Click OK button. See, using these screenshots, we can easily understand the script. And we can edit the script also, that we will discuss in checkpoints chapter. Next disadvantage we discussed. It occupies more memory, so tool performance will be reduced. Next, how to configure. Suppose I don't want to capture screenshots. Then how to reduce? Tell me the navigation for configuring active screen. Tools menu.
And then options.
GUI
and
testing.
then, GUI testing.
Active
and
screen.
active screen.
Decrease the capture level. Okay. Now take new test. This is new test. Record the navigation. Click OK. Stop recording. Launch active screen. Place cursor in first statement, second statement, third statement, fourth statement. No screenshots. We reduced the capture level. See, last one note. See, this feature is related to recording only. Suppose if you type script manually or if you use descriptive code, it won't capture screenshots. See, this feature is related to a recording only. Got this last point?
Yes.